Sometimes when people talk about war and conflict, they think it's just something that happened all of a sudden. But they don't understand that some leaders of countries out there that are allies of the United States have an agenda. And with the United States being a superpower, they utilize us, our taxpayer dollars, our military capacity to do the regime change that they, in essence, want to do. Trump started out not wanting to partake in the Iran war. Now it seems like he wants to potentially get a regime change, although him and Steve Witkoff, his Middle East envoy, were negotiating an Iran nuclear deal after he tore up the nuclear deal that Obama had negotiated with Iran. People think that war is something to be taken lightly. The media plays a role in the war machine. I mean, I'm sure y'all have seen many people out there talking about how this war is not a big deal, talking about the war as if Iran started it when actually Israel started it. Look at this clip.
Take a look at how Western media is covering the current Iran-Israel conflict. When Israel struck Iran, headlines framed it as preemptive or self-defense, echoing Israel's narrative almost word for word, but they rarely acknowledged the attack as unprovoked. Instead, they simply called it a strike or unprecedented, avoiding any suggestion of aggression. Coverage focused on supposed military or nuclear targets, with minimal mention of the dozens of civilians killed. And Israel's claim that Iran's nuclear program is an existential threat was repeated, with little to no challenge or nuance. On top of this, Iran's government is consistently referred to as a regime, a loaded term used to paint it as hostile or illegitimate. But when Iran retaliated, the tone was very much different. Reports highlighted Israeli civilian areas being hit, even though casualties were in single digits. Some outlets did use the word retaliatory when referring to Iran's strikes, an improvement from earlier coverage where that framing was missing entirely. Still, the broader trend is clear. Israel's narrative is amplified, whereas Iran's is minimized. And that matters, because media framing shapes how the world understands the conflict, whether it sees an unprovoked act of war by Israel or a necessary strike against a rogue state. And the danger? If Israel's narrative dominates, it could justify even...
I mean, just look at it. Some didn't even want to mention that Iran's actions was in retaliation to being attacked. The idea behind a preemptive strike is just a crazy argument to make. If my kids are about to get in a fight and one person punches the other person to prevent that person from punching them, the person that threw the first punch started the fight, not the second person. All right. You can't say you're attacking somebody to prevent them from attacking you, and you attack them.